Let the fun commence.
Oh, meerkats.
They're not meerkats. Hi, any Patreons or channel members watching this on the replay. Thank you for your continued support. Shut up!
Look how Sunny's
Don't
got.
bother me. Vegemite Codbod is in the house. The vegan metalhead. Stain. The vegan metalhead again. Stain again. Lee Lord. Vegan bodybuilder. Hello to you. Welcome to the channel. We're about to you, Lee. And how's that vegan bodybuilding going? Angharad's live. Subscribe to her. She's lovely stuff with her mum. Hello from my mum and I. And she's got a great use of emojis, may I say. A great use of emojis.
I'd say she's probably the #1 emoji user at this time.
Yeah, she should get an award.
Yep. Will the award be called the emojis?
Yes. Mitch Eats Plants. He's a good boy. Hope all my fellow Americans are enjoying their Memorial Day / weekend. And I hope so too. And welcome. Half Greek is here. Stacey Langley is here. Vin Vegan is here. Hope everyone's having a great day. We had a lovely day, didn't we? Getting some content outside.
Yeah. We decided once a month to go and do some content somewhere. I've got cat hairs on my nose, excuse me, I'm not picking it. So we're obviously affiliates with some companies and, after a while...
Buy our CBD, link in the description, guys. Yeah.
It helps support what we're doing, but after a while you get a little bit stumped of what's another way of doing a photo of this thing that I've taken 1,000 photos of? So we had to try and come up with some sort of different stuff, don't we? It was really cool. We combined our walk with a backpack with some products, went over to a park and just took some photos of each other. It was nice. Yeah. And we worked a little bit more on our course, the PDF that's coming along with it. And we're chatting to a lovely lady tonight, Gemma's wife. She's going to help us to make it look professional, how she did with the cookbooks, because, she's the one for that.
She's the man.
I was going to say she's the man, yeah.
The man with the Midas touch.
We don't know about
The
PDFs and
touch. PDF, pretty damn fly.
Yeah.
Cassie Harris is also here. She's lovely. David Goodell. This music is driving me insane.
Oh.
Do you know the beauty of technology is you can always turn it down if you want to? Bet she doesn't think of that. Sorry, don't all leave, please. I didn't mean it.
We need him.
You bastards. Richard Bennon's here. Lovely Eliza. Rich the barber. Right. I know who you are now.
From over the road?
No.
See.
Craig, hey guys, nice to have some live interaction. Currently I was saying the phone off COVID. Oh, bless you. Get well soon, my friend.
Yeah.
I couldn't taste my cup with bolognese. I just eating. Keep well enough though.
Yeah,
Good.
get well soon.
Bless ya. Adam Edgecombe is here. Then Torb. Yeah, we're very good, thanks. Then Torb, how's life? Yeah, it's blinking good, really. The channel could do with a few more views. It's gone a bit naff. But I think that's just the nature of social media sometimes. And we've not been able to put as much volume of work out because we've been working hard on our video course, because obviously we need to make some sales as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully, once we've got that out, hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, all being well, we might be able to afford to buy beans on toast again.
And we'll be able to make more YouTube content.
Yeah, and we'll be able to make a bit more content. Yeah. What sort of content would you guys like? What's your favourite content from us? Yeah. Adam Edgecombe, shut up! I don't get burned. I just go brown. Great, thanks guys.
You guys read for a minute, but tomorrow he'll be a
golden brown, fresh like the sun. I didn't know that was a song about heroin with alarming consequences.
I never knew. Yeah.
Craig can still taste sweet fruits. Very good. You want to get yourself some tropical fruits from exoticfruits.co.uk. 30% off with code HENCH30. Give us your money. No, but seriously, do give us your money. We need it. Benny Green's here, my IRL friend. Good to see you. Leonardo. How can I lose weight, Hench? I now want 5 ounces no meat. Sometimes because you have junk that has milk products. See, that's where you're going wrong. Calf turning into cow juice, that is. Definitely reduce that to milk. I need to exercise. You really need to eat a whole foods plant-based diet. Then you wouldn't even need to exercise. At the end of 2016, a study came out called the Bride Study, which was published in New Zealand. And for 6 months, they had people eating ad libitum, basically eating as much as they wanted of higher carb, whole plant food. So lots of legumes, lots of whole grains, lots of fruit and veg, and little nuts and seeds, because you do need some essential fatty acids. But I would make that no more than about 10-15% of your calories. And in that way, I mean, you need to be in a caloric deficit, but because these whole plant foods are mostly like water and fibre, you can eat as much volume as you used to eat, but when you're displacing meat and cheese and donuts and sugars and oil, with whole plant foods, with loads of fibre and water, you're just getting less calories on aggregate. And these people on average lost 1 pound of body fat per week. They lost a pound of excess weight eating as much as they cared for. And their blood pressure, cholesterol, their triglycerides, they all came down into within the healthy reference range. Basically, they prevented, treated, and even reversed some disease and got in the best shape of their lives and ate as much as they want. This is our species-specific diet. I'm sure of it. Biologically, I believe that wholeheartedly this is the diet we're best suited for. And if we're eating other things, if we're eating animals, if we're eating chocolate bars, no wonder, like most of the world, is either fat or obese. No wonder. No wonder. It's so much more calorific.
And you just don't feel like kale is tasty after you eat a chocolate bar. This is Christmas music.
This is Christmas music. Get out of here.
Yeah. Even if you just say you're going to have one cheat meal or cheat, snack or whatever, your favourite thing, your food don't taste as good and you don't want to eat like salad and good stuff. But if you're dieting, or you're eating a whole foods plant-based diet and you eat all the good healthy stuff, then, and if you're a bit hungry, you'll really favour like a bowl of your favourite like steamed like veggies, like some potatoes and some green beans or whatever it is that you like, some corn, Get
a little bit of hot sauce on there. Hot sauce.
It will taste really great to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, get some exercises away to burn some calories off. And we should be exercising. We should be working our heart and lungs. We should be working our muscles and bones with some resistance training as well. If you want to live the happiest, healthiest, longest life possible, you need to be doing those as well. But in order to lose weight, you don't have to exercise. You just have to have less calories coming in than you're burning. And the easiest way is with a whole foods plant-based diet. It works like magic. I've 30 years of bodybuilding, well 32 years now, I've eaten all the different ways and this is by far the best. Yo bestie, right back at ya. Torb is playing vegan Minecraft. Was I? Yeah, I was vegan when I first played Minecraft, and I wasn't very good at it, so I sort of had to do it the traditional way of killing blocky sheeps and cows and pigs. That took me ages to bring myself to do it, and I really felt uncomfortable doing it. Zombies and skeletons, no, didn't mind killing them at all. Mid cheats plant fight to death between you and Thread. Just kidding. I've watched enough of your Sean's videos, but the education videos on studies etc. are my absolute favourite. You want a video of me and Thread fighting to the death? Right. So you love the response videos, but prefer education. Okay, so maybe I should look to do some educational videos. Very good. Mitch, I was at the barbecue over the weekend and ate a couple of crisps, and they were so damn salty I couldn't even stomach it anymore. That's good then. That's a really good sign. Vegan. Hi Paul and Gemma, always great to see you. Quick question, is it normal to lose between 1 to 2 pounds a day on a whole foods? 1 to 2 pounds a day, no.
Do you mean a week?
Loving the content. Hope you're both doing good, I guess you were going to say. So, I mean, it's calories in, calories out, isn't it? But if you're losing 1 to 2 pounds a day, like that is a terrible deficit. You must just be eating like lettuce or something.
if you meant a week, even then, you know, if you're not trying to lose weight, then...
Well, actually, that probably is about normal if you're not making an effort, because that Broad study, they ate as much as they wanted and they lost £1 a week, didn't they? So what I will say to you, Vin Diesel, was I going to say, is make sure the centre of your plate, you know, the star of the plate should be more like legumes and whole grains, maybe some tubers. You know, you want some veggies, but you don't want to go mad on veggies if you're not getting enough calories in. Fruit-wise, go for more tropical and dried fruits because they're more calorically dense. Not so much apples and oranges for now, which are more like water and, you know, and fibre. What else is good? Higher fat. So nut seeds, whole nut and seed butters, avocados.
So don't just like have a snack of like a big bowl of strawberries. I mean, do have strawberries, for example, you know, this is an example, but
just not too many of them.
Don't just fill your whole stomach with that, because it'll be like 100 calories, and then what are you going to do for the other 2,000 or whatever you might need in a day or something, you know? It's like, you can only fit so much in your stomach. Yeah.
Smoothies are a great choice. Blend up some food. So for breakfast, I have a massive smoothie with dates, oats, flax and chia seeds, a bit of berries. So you maybe swap berries for tropical fruit in that instance.
You have the same breakfast all the time, don't you? But say like if you're bulking, you'll almost...
Not really, but I used to have those same ingredients all the time.
What I'm trying to say, is like, say that same breakfast, if you were bulking, you'd eat more oats and dried fruit in it.
Yeah.
And if you were trying to lose weight, you'd have more of the frozen berries and less of the oats. So you just change those.
So you're changing the caloric density, but still eating a high volume of food. I mean, that smoothie can be like up to 2 litres. So it really fills you up. Then, the first day of whole foods plant-based rice. Oats taste really horrible with water. I disagree. Oh, a 4th day, oats actually taste like sugar. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
You do adjust.
That's why I do disagree, because I've been doing it for a while. Yeah, good. Yeah, well said. Mark Crossy's here. Good to see you, my friend. Anchorhead, my mum and I made your cheese spread today. It's so delicious. Good. Glad you enjoyed that. The good thing about sunflower seeds is they're so high in vitamin E, which can be harder to sort. It's one of those nutrients. It's there. It's in a lot of different foods. But if you're not taking the care to get 2 or 3 of those foods in of a day, you can come up short. And sunflower seeds are one of the better sources. So that's a good one to have as a kind of staple, really. And particularly for a younger person such as yourself, Anchorhead, it's good to get a bit more. So before I was saying, wasn't I, like higher carb, lower fat. For a younger person, up to 35% of calories should come from fat, particularly for like a child. That should be 35% of calories to get enough volume and calories into the...
And that sunflower cheese spread makes a really good alternative to margarine. If you just take the nutritional yeast out so it's not got that cheesy hit, it tastes like, because you can get some margarine type spreads that are made from sunflower oil, is it? Or sunflower oil. So it has that similar taste, doesn't it? You can just spread it on your bread, your toast, whatever, and then put your other things on. Yeah.
Don't think that it's only free software to monitor all this. Yeah, the best one is called Chronometer. Do you want to just type it?
Yeah.
Don't put the full address, but because it goes weird, doesn't it? Chronometer.com, or there's a Chronometer app as well, which you can get on your phone.
So I guess you're just talking about the caloric density thing. So we're doing a course, How to Eat Plant-Based Successfully. It's going to have an accompanying, can't say it, PDF.
Easy for you to say.
Like a PDF. One thing I was thinking about putting in there was some examples of caloric density, so like strawberries versus raisins, and then some load of images, and they're all 100 calories, just showing. I thought about doing that, but then I didn't sort of finish.
You idiot!
Do you think I should put that in there?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, okay. I'll make a note of that.
Vegan Metalhead bought goji berries today. Friday. So they're one of them ones where they sometimes add sulfites, aren't they?
Yep.
Watch out for sulfur dioxide in goji berries. That's really nasty. It can lead to inflammatory bowel disease and bowel cancer.
So you can
colon cancer.
You can, like, you know, online you can get goji berries with no sulfites, and look out for, don't buy orange apricots as well, because they always have sulfites. Get the brown ones. They look kind of wrong, like they're not meant to be brown, but they are meant to be brown.
Yeah, if you think about it. If you think of other dried fruits, they all tend to be brown, don't they? But yeah, very high in, what are they high in? The yellow what are the yellow pigments? Lutein and zeaxanthin. Very good.
Oh, yeah,
some people tout eggs as being healthy because they got lutein and zeaxanthin. Well, goji berries have 100 times the lutein and zeaxanthin pound for pound. So don't bother with eggs. They'll get you little cholesterol bombs. They are. Casey, hey guys, is 75 grams of protein too much for me? I'm just under 150 centimetres. I need to lose those last 3 kilos, but don't reckon I'm healthy. That's what tofu so you likely don't need quite as much as that, but as you're dieting, and I'm taking it you're a female, I don't know why that matters. Why did I say that? As you're dieting though, and you're vegan, so some people say that you do need a bit more protein if you're vegan versus animal. So the World Health Organization says 46 grams is enough for most, but because you're in a deficit and because you're vegan, I would say that's probably about nice.
What about if they're working out, like doing weight training? Like?
If you're working out, you might even need a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine, but I would cut your fat right down. 10, 15, maybe 15% of your calories from fats if you're on a diet and you're on low calories. So 50% of your calories from fats, and then that much protein. Then the remainder is carbohydrate, I would do, and that would be your easiest way to lose it. You're welcome, Vin. Retro Zingy, is it safe to eat raw oats in smoothies? I hope so, because I've been eating them for nearly 10 years or longer. Did I used to have that before I was vegan? Probably, yeah. I hope so. Is the answer. I'm still here anyway. Dorian Della Fail. Hi, I'm new to the channel. Welcome. I'm an ectomorph. I started bulking since February, and eating lots of nut butters and calorie dense, high protein. Have a small appetite. Any health risks when eating around 150 grams of nuts per day? I don't know this, but would really appreciate it. My main concern would be that your omega-6 may be too high relative to your omega-3. So you want to be balancing those out with flax seeds and chia seeds. Now these need to be ground, so get them in a smoothie or something, or as a topping or whatever. And you want no more than about 3 or 4 to 1 in favour of omega-6. But if it's more than that, then you're opening yourself up to having lots of inflammation in the body, and your omega-3 level could be too low. You could not have enough DHA, like the long chain omega-3. So I'd make sure they're in balance. You could even add in a DHA supplement. Link below for the Vivo Life one. You can get 10% off with my code. That's my favourite one. Other companies do exist. Don't get them, they're rubbish. They don't get me a backhander. Now, if the nuts are roasted, you will be getting a lot of advanced glycation end products. And I don't know how often nuts are really truly raw, do you?
Yeah.
I think they're often sort of heated, aren't they? But try to get raw nuts if you can, and raw nut and seed butters. And again, I think that's probably quite difficult. Another food would be avocados. But yeah, balance your nuts with some seeds as well. Yeah, hopefully it wouldn't be too bad anyway. I think other than that, if you're just eating whole plant foods, you're going to be putting in a lot of good stuff, which maybe could offset some of the damage. I was listening to Dr. Gregor earlier about Hashimoto's, and he was saying that polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons from heated like flesh from meat and fish raises your risk of Hashies. No, I hope that helps, Dorian. And other foods for bulking. Tropical and dried fruits are very good. Tropical and dried fruits. Maybe if you're happy to not go completely whole foods, obviously whole foods is healthier, but like a little protein powder or seitan or tofu or textured vegetable protein. These are ways of getting more protein in, and they're a bit more sort of digestible, not so much fibre to like fill you up. Johnny, I'm restarting training and wish to increase my protein intake, so when it comes to supplements on type 2 diabetes. Well, the safer ones that don't spike blood sugar. So protein just in general does. So a lot of people eat animal products thinking that they should avoid carbs, and actually animal protein sometimes can be more insulinogenic than carbohydrates. The thing with diabetes, actually, it's not a disease of carbohydrate metabolism and like, you know, that blood sugar spike is not the issue. You know, we do need insulin, but the insulin needs to be able to work. And with type 2 diabetes, the actual cause for that we now know is called intramyocellular lipids. So fats, specifically saturates, which mostly come from animal products, but there are a lot of saturates in things like coconut oil, palm oil. These get lodged inside our muscle cells. Okay, so inside myocellular, inside muscle cells, lipids is fats, intramyocellular lipids. And now your blood sugar is stuck up there. So it wasn't the fact that you shouldn't be eating like protein and carbs, it's the fact that you've got fat in the way. And so the thing to do is to not eat animals and to eat maybe, you know, for someone with type 2 or pre-diabetes, I would say go down to maybe 10% of your calories from fats. Certainly no more than like 15%. And higher carb. I mean, you may have to adjust your insulin like temporarily, but as these fats come out of your muscle cells, most people reverse their type 2 diabetes with a higher carb, lower fat, whole foods, plant-based diet. There's a book which I would really recommend you read by Neil Barnard, the Program for Reversing Diabetes. Yeah, that's what it's called. Program for Reversing Diabetes. Neil Barnard. And I've seen it with my own clients. I've seen type 2 reversed. But yeah, lower fat. And then obviously, so you're going to be higher in protein and carbs, which sounds counterintuitive to people who believe like there's the standard narrative that, you know, you shouldn't be putting so many carbs in and potentially proteins as well. But that turned out to be absolute nonsense. Yeah. Really recommend that book. But no, they will all hit your blood sugar, particularly like powders. They will all do that. It's going to be a bit slower releasing, something like seitan or something maybe. Danny Wheatley's here from Taiwan. How's the vegan scene in Taiwan? That's very interesting. Stacey had the cheese spread on toast with beans on top. It's delicious. That is such a good recipe, isn't it? Yeah. Well done, you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've had that before. Vegan Mooncat. Subscribe to Mooncat. He's great. Sorry I'm late. I lost track of time editing my Thai vegan fish cakes.
Do you know, I have a tab saved on my computer where I've been researching different fishes. And I was thinking, how can I make a fish as healthy? And then I thought, I'll make like fish fingers or something. So it's like not a big thing, like so you'd have to fry it, like skinnier little things I can bake. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your video.
That sounds really nice. What are the stars? I mean, what is the sort of fish?
Tofu or banana blossom or something?
I'd be interested to try those.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do subscribe to Mooncat for great videos and hilarious skits and some real great health reclamation.
And
is that a word, reclamation?
Yeah. And what time should we come over for dinner?
Yeah. Give us your fish cake. Staines 2-year vegan anniversary is today. Let's give Staines some love. Let's have some party poppers.
Do we know when our vegan
all that. I'm putting some hench hearts.
2012. Do we know?
2012.
Like, was it about summer?
Summer 2012, yeah.
Okay.
So it's next summer, is it? Well, that was mine. You started before me. Maybe you were more around Christmas time.
So maybe I'm 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be 10 years.
I think you're 10 years about now, likely. Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Nassim, what's your 1 rep max on the big lifts? I've only ever done singles twice in my life. Being a bodybuilder and not a powerlifter, it wasn't something that was important to me. And but I did so bodybuilding style bench press, not powerlifting style. I did a 160, and I knew I had more in me. So the next week I did a 180, but that felt really horrible on my tendons, and I thought, never again. Yeah, you don't want to go too mad with protein, ideally, particularly animal proteins, but I think probably plant protein still isn't a great thing to OD on occasion, so I think that's good. Race Voters balances is nuts. I've always got one bigger than the other, personally.
And I have a request. Can you not?
I'm not showing you my nuts.
Can you not get any more sun for the rest of the week? Because we look ridiculous.
Shut up! Are you just saying that I'm darker than you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
So you make me look more pasty.
Timmy Thistle with his Thistle Whistle. What's your favourite fruit? My favourite fruit is my old client, Jeremy, who I used to train. He was a delight. In terms of actual fruit, we've had so many good ones lately. Because we're ambassadors with exoticfruits.uk, we keep getting new ones to try. Today we had banana passion fruit. Banana passion fruit.
What's that other one? Grenadilla that I had?
Grenadilla. Oh, they were delicious.
That.
Thanks for leaving me half of that, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I wolfed that down. Oh, they're so sweet, aren't they?
Yeah, better than passion fruit.
Yeah, I like the tanginess of passion fruit. This is like
it's
just...
too sour passion fruit.
Can be, can't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and often is.
Grenadilla's more...
Grenadilla's very sugary, very sweet.
My favourite thing at the minute, since we've been getting these deliveries from Exotic Fruits, is snake fruit.
Snake fruit salad.
Love it.
To give it its botanical name.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever.
It's a bit like jackfruit.
It's a bit like a dragon's egg out of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I don't know what's my favourite fruit. There's so many good ones. Honey mangoes.
What was
a
that
good
thing
watermelon.
You had today,
Sweet sop. That was bloody
really
sweet
good.
as hell. Really sugary.
Before we were getting these deliveries, I'd say something like, like a mango.
Yeah, it would have been honey mango.
Traditional, whatever you can just get hold of in the supermarket. But now it's all these exotic,
Burmese
crazy
grapes.
Things. Oh yeah.
Burmese grapes. They're nothing like a standard grape.
They're good.
They're something else, aren't they? So many good fruit. I can't decide.
I can't remember what most of them are called, if I'm honest. The one that looks a bit like a bum,
Bum fruit. I'll tell you what are pretty good is the baby pineapples. Because they actually seem to ripen properly. And you can eat the sort of core of those. I mean, they're very tiny.
Yeah.
But you can eat all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what is my favourite fruit because there's so many and they're all delicious. If I had to say right now, I might say Burmese grapes. If you pressed me today. But that might change another day.
Snake fruit.
They seem a little chocolatey to me. Do you think that or no? Not really.
Not really.
No. What else is a good fruit? Mangosteen. Mangosteen's very good. So durians, nuts are raw, organic, and nothing added. Excellent. Yeah, so they're very good. So yeah, the only thing I'd really be concerned about is balancing your omega-3 and 6. So try to get that. No more than 3 or 4 to 1 in favour of omega-6. And for a male, you want to be getting at least 3.2 grams of ALA, like the short-chain omega-3. If you're having a DHA supplement, or ALA with DHA, then you don't need to worry about that so much. Blueberry Zoe's in the house. Good to see you, my darling. Benny Green, does working nights still cut years off your life if you're eating as healthy as possible and keeping physically active and getting good sleep? Right, yeah. I can't remember the science on that. I've been listening to loads of stuff lately. I've listened to 6 podcasts. One was 3 hours and the others are like an hour and a half about sleep. And I've forgotten about working nights. Yeah, working nights messes up your circadian rhythm, doesn't it? So I don't know that they've got science on like eating a NAF diet and not being healthy in other ways versus doing it how you're doing it and missing out on sleep. I'm gonna guess probably that that's just like a sort of educated guess. I would get in touch with, and I bet he would get back to you as well. Huberman Lab podcast. Andrew Huberman, he's a Stanford professor. I think I've talked to you about him before. If anyone would know and have a good answer about that, that would probably be him. I would be surprised if it didn't, just because of the way that the sort of body works on these circadian cycles. Yeah. But what do I know? What do I know? I've not got any data, so...
You know loads of things.
Yeah, I'm great. Eat Plants kindly donated 10 US bucks. That is so kind of you.
Thank you. Cowboy says thanks. He looks really startled.
National holiday in the US today. Is it Memorial Day, someone said earlier, and Memorial Weekend. So happy Memorial Day / weekend, if I did get that right, Eat Plants. Nice to catch the chat today off from work. Good for you. Oh yeah, Memorial Day. Rachel Eva said, thank you so much, that's really generous.
Yeah.
That helps to keep the cameras rolling.
Keep Cowboy in the life she's become accustomed to with her 2 slaves feeding her all the time.
Yeah. Right, we seem to be out of focus, so I'll just press a button and then we'll be back in focus.
Since I picked up Cowboy from you.
Oh yeah, that was worth it.
Yeah, that was worth it.
Right, where were we? Johnny, thank you. I will look at Neil Barnard's book. Excellent. I'm vegan and not insulin dependent. Well, that's good then, isn't it? That's good. I'm sure you ought to soon be able to get on top of that, is my understanding. So that's very good. Yeah, you'll enjoy that book. Honestly, you'll get so much from it. Vegemite Cardboard's in the house. I'm loving the background music. Good. Good.
It's making me want to move around.
Cass, yeah. Cassie, how was our weekend? What did we get up to? So you got some sun. Oh, yeah. So yeah, we did some content over the park.
What did we do at the weekend though?
Oh yeah, it's not the weekend, is it? It's Monday now.
Sometime at the weekend.
What did we do at the weekend? We went for... so I did... On Saturday, I did a crazy thing involving psychedelic substances.
You had an experience.
I had an experience, and I relived something terrible I did to someone 16 years ago, as though I was having it done to me, and that was horrific, and that was a good lesson for me. There was like fun bits as well as an emotional roller coaster.
You were laughing so much, and then you were crying for a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was intense. For you, wasn't it?
There's a lot of lessons to be learned. And again, I'm not suggesting that anyone do that, and certain people shouldn't do that. If you're like younger or schizophrenic or red green colour blindness, and yeah, don't take that as a recommendation. I have to always say these caveats. It makes me feel like I don't want to bring up. So that was Saturday, and then I was so. I was just shattered from the whole experience. It was like 12 hours total, really, like a good 6 intense hours of basically like emotional surgery, what people say, don't they? And I thought I'd feel alright because I managed to eat and drink, but I just felt really shattered on Sunday, so I didn't work out. I made the Butterfield video, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we went for a little bite to eat, didn't we? We went to the Green Eatery. Yeah. Saw our friend Ravi, and he hooked us up with some. I had like a vegan chicken katsu curry with noodles. That was really nice.
Yeah.
And you had something there, didn't you?
Chana masala.
We had a chana masala.
We had a drink at another
We had a
place.
good drink. Oh, but then we went to the Ravado,
Yeah.
and I had a special chat type thing, like an Indian mixture dish.
After being in all day and you had that intense experience and it was a really sunny day, we just wanted to get out, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we just got on our bikes and we just cycled out. We didn't have a specific plan, we just sort of went on a little adventure, and it was really nice, actually, wasn't it?
Saw our friend Tusha. So we saw Ravi Jitani and then Tusha Jitani. So our lovely friends, Jitani family, who own Namaste. Yeah, they've got these other places now. If you're interested to see what we get up to, do follow us on Instagram, because we did some. You could probably still see those posts actually.
Yeah.
So you'll see where we're talking about. Right.
And how are you doing, Cassie?
Yeah.
How are you? How's things?
Yeah.
And
You're right, nice.
You hurt your foot, you said, and you're off work still, are you? I hope so. You know, because you don't like it. And yeah, I hope you don't like it.
Yeah. Why is the mic over there? Bloody hell.
Good God, no one said anything. Now you'll hear us much louder.
Super chat. Mitch Eats Plants, thanks for being you. Kindly donated $19.99. It's not got a question. He's just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers out with the kindness of his heart. He's a lovely man, and he cuts a mean head of hair.
That's a really generous amount
That's
of
so
money.
generous.
Thank you. That's very.
Can we
very
have a
kind.
round of applause for Mitch Eats Plants, please?
Thank you. Get Cowboy a bag of catnip.
Yeah, she'll love a bit of
She
it.
will love that. Yeah.
Okay, we will do it. What else does she? I feel like she goes mad for something else as well. What is it?
Catnip. Laser pen.
Yeah, probably the laser pen. Jackfruit, come over now. Okay, Minkat will be there in about. How long
Why
is
did
it?
you say jackfruit? Oh, he said that as well.
Yeah. How far is it to? How long is it to where Mooncat is?
It's many hours.
About
isn't
8
it?
hours, is it probably?
Is it?
Anyway, for vegan fish cakes, I will do that. Muddy Paws just had your Caribbean pineapple stew with cauliflower coconut rice. Oh, that sounds amazing. Thanks, Muddy Paws.
I've just ordered us some pineapple so that I can make that bean and pineapple stew from the cookbook. So we had
Lovely.
that for a while. Have we?
No, I love a bit of that. Timmy Thistle, I want to buy the Neil Barnard book now for my mum who's got type 2 diabetes. Which book or fish should I get? The cookbook or for a few other ones called Reversing Diabetes. Yeah, he's got loads of books out. You want the program for reversing diabetes. There's also like a program for reversing diabetes cookbook, I think. But yeah, you want the original book, program for reversing diabetes. Vegemite likes mango and oranges. Nice choices. Good Andres. Acacia, I love tropical fruits. Papaya. Papayas are good. We've got a big old papaya, haven't we? Durian, I wasn't a fan of.
We've only you've got some frozen and defrosted it, which probably isn't the same. And we've had some freeze-dried durian. That was okay.
That was good.
Yeah.
That tasted like vanilla protein powder to me. And you see custard apple, yeah, jackfruit, soursop, yeah. Lovely stuff. Henzy's in the house. Good to see you, lovely. You're welcome, Reese. Cassie.
Yeah, thanks, Cassie.
Pale effect. Embrace it. Don't forget your
We were just
sunscreen.
having this conversation today, and I was saying, like, when I was younger, I used to have a lot of sunbeds, and I used to think that was like healthier than, say, having like a fake tan on your skin with probably chemicals and stuff. So I think I'll have sunbeds and I'll get in the sun. I used to be tanned a lot for a period of my life, and now I think, yeah, that is one thing that really does age you, is sun damage. And so now I'm thinking, yeah, I think I don't know, it's funny, I've just hit, like, when I hit 35, I suddenly started to care about signs of aging, which I never had, never thought about in my life. And all of a sudden I was like, oh god, I'm getting some grey hairs. I'm like, oh, am I going to get wrinkles, and stuff. And so now I'm thinking, I think I'll stay out of the sun. And fake tans have come a long way. There's probably some that are vegan friendly and don't have a load of chemicals. So maybe I'll go down that route now rather than, being a sun worshipper. So yeah, I don't mind it so much that I'm not very tan, except when Paul gets really tan, because then I think I look ridiculous when I'm next to him.
Ridiculous. Pablo's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. CJ Rogers. Benny, I don't plan on doing nights for years, maybe 2 or 3 max. Yeah, I shouldn't worry too much. And in fact, I worked 2 or 3 years of night shifts in my ute. Race Lever, have you and Gemma ever had a bike race? If so, who won?
Oh, he's much fitter than me, so yeah. Sometimes, for a laugh at the last bit of the road or whatever, I steam off and try and race the last bit, but you always
I'm getting quite
whoosh past
good,
me.
yeah. I'm getting quite powerful on the old bike because I do a lot of hill sprints.
Yeah, but since he's been doing hill sprints, if we go on a bike ride together, sometimes if he's in front, I have to ask him to slow down. So I can go out for a 10, 20, 30, or maybe a bit more minute bike ride, at a moderate speed and do okay, but can't really manage longer or at a fast intensity. I can. There's this massive hill in Norwich called Grapes Hill. I like it because it's really tough. So when you get to the top part, you're standing so upright, people walk past you quicker than you can go. It's really steep.
Not me.
I like cycling to it, going up at once, and I'm knackered, come down and I come home. It's 20-minute journey.
I do 6 of them like a big hero.
I can do that, and I'm really proud of myself, because there was a time when I just get a little way up, have to stop and walk the rest, and over time I got further and further, and now I can do it, so I'm really chuffed,
I can do 6 of them.
He always has to do more.
I always have to go 5 better. Hi, Tweety. Thank you, Cassie. You're very kind. Super chat. Andre kindly donated 2 Canadian bucks. Stuck busy for the last few streams. Miss you guys. We miss you too. You have been missed, Andre. I hope you're well.
Yeah.
And we're starting to make inroads into our course now. We still need to pin one guy down to chat to, but as soon as we've chatted with him, we'll hit you up for a Zoom call if that's okay, Andre. Yeah. That would be great. Yeah. And yeah, you have been missed, my friend. You have been missed.
What are you working so hard for?
Yeah, cut that out.
Well, are you working? You didn't say you're working. Maybe you're doing something else, something fun, maybe.
AJA9873. Not sure if you've answered this question before. I'm vegan, my partner is not. Any advice on how to navigate that dynamic relationship is still new, but I'm afraid it cause issues in the future.
I've got loads to say about that. What have you got to say about it?
This is your wheelhouse, really. I shall let you have at it.
Well, so we're doing a course, How to Eat Plant-Based Successfully, but a small part of it is going to be about challenges, like eating out and meeting opposition. And so I'm 2/3 of the way through the book, Becoming Vegan by Melanie Joy. So at least 70% of what I'm going to say is just what I've read so far from there, and so you might want to buy that book because it will be really in depth. She's designed it, I think, so that you and your partner can both read it, a vegan and a non-vegan, and it's not really heavily aimed at criticising meat eaters, so the meat eater will read it and be like, oh, this person's like you, always telling me what to do, or it's not like that. But some vegans have judged her for that and said, oh, she's being too soft and blah blah blah. Anyway, I think it's a good book, what I've read so far. Okay, so the main thing is don't see it as your job to immediately turn them vegan, and just remember that there was a time when you weren't vegan as well, and just bear that in mind, because sometimes what we do is we start to lose our respect for that person over time, because we are not separating the act from the person. Yeah, that the thing they're doing from who they are. We're thinking that they're a bad person as opposed to they're doing this bad thing that we don't like. So try to remember their perspective, and that'll help in terms of if you want them to see your perspective, you have to give the person what it is that you want, kind of thing. And some people find change really hard. I think we all do to some degree. So you change, and then some people just aren't ready to change, not just with veganism but with anything. They're just not in a space where they're ready for whatever reason. So the more we try to push them, the more people can think that you don't love me for who I am anymore, like you're not loving me unconditionally, you're trying to change me and like trying to make my life more difficult, etc. And like people can push back really hard. So see it as like that your job is to be a good example and to plant seeds like over time, and not that you have to change that person's mind in one conversation or immediately. See it as like every time you chat about the subject, like try to have it so that by the end it was a discussion that went well, as opposed to you were right, because that will leave that person with a better feeling about things than if you're always trying to change them like all the time. And it's helpful if you talk in terms of your perspective as well, like what it means to you to be vegan and what changes have happened for you in your health and etc., as opposed to telling someone like facts and figures and this is why you should do it and this is what you're doing wrong. If you make it about your experience, people can't argue with that so much. They can't say like, no, you're wrong, your health hasn't changed, because it's you, it's your life. But if you say, oh, you know, eating animals does this and that, and you'll get harder, they can like argue that and say, oh no, we've always eaten meat, our ancestors ate meat. They can come up with like things like easier.
A load of nonsense, mind.
Yeah. And Melanie Joy is really talking about maintaining a good relationship with the person, you know, so focus on the relationship being a place where you still have a sense of like security and safety and respect, and you listen to each other, because like if you're having issues like say with veganism, often maybe it's not just about veganism, you know, maybe you've got a relationship where you already have grievances and resentments and that kind of thing, and then if you introduce something like veganism, which is a challenging topic, that just makes it even harder, you know. So focus on like strengthening the relationship and making sure that you if it's I'm saying these things, but I'm also aware that it's not always this easy, and sometimes people make it really bloody difficult. So I'm not saying that we have to just be the ones who are always trying really hard, even if the other person is being rude and criticizing us and mocking us and abusing us. I'm not saying in that instance you should be doing all these things like, you know, offering empathy and understanding. Like no, if someone's being really a bad person to you, you have a right to not accept that or to step away from that, etc. But ideally, you know, you work on communication and talking about things like asking honest questions, like, you know, what's it been like for you that I've gone vegan? You know, how is it for you? And then you say how it is for you, and like just asking these really simple, honest questions where you can both have the space to say what your life is like and has been like, and talking in terms of like needs, like what you need and what they need, as opposed to just trying to like focus on change someone. How can I change this person with every conversation I ever have? Like sometimes talk in terms of like, oh, like non-violent communication. That's another book you might want to get. I could talk for a really long time. You have to stop me in a minute. There's a book called Non-Violent Communication that's really, really good. And I think that one place we fall short in our relationships when it comes to veganism is just the communication. You know, it's not always so much just talking about veganism. It's like how we're talking about things. You know, like instead of you really shouldn't be eating that. You know you really should go vegan. You should know by now. I've been telling you what the animals are going through. Like maybe you talk about, you know, oh, when you eat that, like I feel really sad because I've seen so much, and I need whatever you need. You know, feelings, needs, requests is the pillars of non-violent communication. So you could read that book and learn about those things, how to communicate in terms of feelings, needs, requests, as opposed to criticisms and judgments and blame and, you know, all that kind of
good words,
all that kind of jazz. And anything else that's good to say? There's so many things.
No, that's it. I think this is such a big topic, isn't it? Yeah. Get those 2 books.
Yeah, get those 2 books.
You've got a lot of stuff there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or get our course, even better.
Yeah, I've got a massive, great big thing that I'm working on, and it's just ever evolving. There'll be a whole massive segment on it, And just know, like, it's not easy. It's probably possibly the most difficult thing about going vegan is suddenly like, oh god, people suddenly have these like reactions to you, and know that you're not alone if you're struggling in in relationships. And thank you.
Super chat. Thank you, AJ, for 5 Canadian bucks. You're very kind.
Yeah, it's thank you. It's a difficult thing. It can be, but I really think just the quality of your relationship determines how it's going to go. So, if you feel strong together and like you can talk about difficult things, then you'll be fine. But if you struggle with talking about difficult things, it might be because you've built up so many grievances and resentments because you've not had a great communication style. That maybe there's some work to be done that's not even focused on veganism. It's just focused on you two like connecting and learning to communicate with each other in ways where you don't both get defensive and that sort of thing.
Good. Lee, what is your favourite? What is your ab workout look like, Paul? I've never worked my abs. I find they get a lot of work while lifting weights in as many forms. I always want to avoid that chunky look. Yeah, my midsection is quite chunky because I went quite heavy with ab exercises, and I did it at a time when I was stupidly taking a lot of performance enhancing substances. So I'm sort of stuck with a blocky kind of waist, which isn't the best really. So I regret that. Nowadays, I'm doing 3 sets of ab wheel rollouts twice a week. That's all I'm doing. So not really any direct ab work. I mean, it does hit your rectus abdominis. It's more for the transverse abdominis underneath. But yeah, not a lot. And yeah, I don't think you need to do a lot. You just need to be lean enough that of course, we've all got abs there. And whether they show or not is a function of how lean we are or not, basically. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much. Oh, sorry, I've missed Cassie. Gemma, I'm going back to work tomorrow. Still waiting for X-ray results. Going for blood work in an hour. Feeling much better. Not back to normal, but I can work. Thanks for axing.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're doing better.
Yeah.
Look for a new job.
Yeah, with less balance.
Yeah.
Right, so I have unlimited endurance on the bike as long as it's downhill. John Leon is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining. Andre's up for a chat. Lovely. Work and home project. Big project running up in the next couple of weeks. Animation project. Oh, cool. Eliza, I got asked where I get my protein today. You must be one of those vegans I've heard of. Trike 360. Have you heard of the YouTube guy who tried to debunk that cows, even though all the lifestyle can lead to cause of global warming? Yeah, he's a bellend. Tic Tac, are you ever going back to coaching? I hope not. If I do, it means I failed as a content creator. Not that I didn't love coaching, but I get more out of, I can affect more people through video, etc. So I just feel like that's the best use of me. Vegan something, yes, you are very late. Don't worry though, we're still on for 2 or 3 more minutes. Cassie, my work carries a natural self-tanning product that's vegan and cruelty-free. I've never tried a tanner myself. I'm very pale. Natural self-tanning product that's vegan.
I'm interested. Ooh. Can you tell me more?
I'm not interested.
Where do you work? No, that's too personal, sorry.
Cassie, my mum, not vegan, found the Becoming Vegan book thrift store. Wow, she bought it because she wanted to read more about it. How cool is that?
Oh, that's very good. Yeah.
Wow.
That's great. That's when you know that you've planted some seeds, but you've not beaten someone over the head, so to speak, with the topic so much that they're so resistant to it that anything about veganism, they just angers them, sort of thing.
Roye or Roja, how do I pronounce that? You're a regular on the stream. I feel like I should learn how to pronounce your name properly. I can't lose weight. Why? You're eating too many calories. So you either need to drop your calories or move more. And the easiest way to lose weight is a higher carb, lower fat, whole foods, plant-based diet. Lots of legumes, lots of grains, Lots of low-calorie fruit, low-calorie veg, a little bit of nuts and seeds for your essential fats. And the weight should fall off, yeah. People eating ad libitum of that type of diet, on average, according to science, lose like a pound of fat per week.
Do you feel like on a rare occasion, difficulty losing weight can be medical? Say like you've now got like a thyroid disease that you didn't undiagnose, and so you're just putting on weight even though you're eating nothing. Like that can be a thing occasionally, can't it? But mostly it's
not if you're eating nothing, but yeah, I get you.
Some people, it affects your metabolism, doesn't it? The thyroid thing for sure. So some people do say like, oh, when I first got diagnosed, I was like barely eating and I just kept putting on weight, you know, and like, I know sometimes people say like, oh, I barely ate anything. They're not really aware of what they were eating, but the thyroid thing is a thing. But yeah, mostly, like 99% of the time, it's like calories. So.
Yeah.
Vegan shark attack. Speaking of that, you've reminded me.
Shark.
I just saw today that Teespring. They don't even tell you when you've got content like products on there. They don't tell you when they're doing sales or anything. I went on there and it said that there is a 10% sale. So any of our merchandise, you can get 10% off for one more day, I think, until tomorrow.
You could get a Shark Attack T-shirt.
Yeah.
Why haven't I got one of those?
Yeah, you need one of those. I'm just going to give you the code. Carry on and I'll tell you when I've seen the code.
The link's below if you want to check it out.
But the code for the discount.
Here comes
it's
the code.
Like summer something. Here comes the code.
Lee Beeden. Are you the Lee Beeden from my school? If so, you're a lovely chap. Hey guys, I use did I say formerly from my school, when I was at school? I don't go there now. I'm not one of them molester people. Hey guys, I use organic peanut butter daily, mainly in oats and obviously for protein. 1 tablespoon. Can you have too much nut protein in your diet? Not really, and certainly 1 tablespoon is not going to hurt you. The only thing I would say with nuts, you're eating such a small amount. No, I'm not even going to say don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry, your pretty little head.
Yeah. Fancy him.
I
don't blame you. He's an attractive chap. Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. You don't want to go like overboard on nuts and then not eat some flax and chia in balance with it, like 3 or 4 to 1 in favour of omega-6, which is in high nuts, and then your flax and chia have the omega-3. So you just don't want those like out of balance is the only real thing, but I wouldn't worry too much.
I fancy you.
Oh God. James, hey Paul, hey Gemma, I love your skits, thank you, and your videos where you destroy Frank, Savannah, Isaac and Storage. Don't ever stop. Okay, I won't. Thanks for your kind words, my friend. I really appreciate you. It's 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I still didn't find that code.
Oh, we've got our meeting now with Emma, haven't we?
Postponed.
Oh, is it?
Postponed, no. It was meant to be 7:30 actually, but it's been postponed, so not today.
Oh. Got an evening to ourselves then.
Ooh, what will we do? Not that.
Half Greek. I still have a hard time talking to a carnivore about veganism. I don't think I have the right words to say that will get through. No one does. They always want a quick answer. I can't summarise everything I want to explain.
All that stuff I was saying, that's more applicable to like how, like to loving relationships where you want to hear each other out and, and things to remain like really nice and supportive and loving. When you're talking to someone who is just like a troll or determined to tell you that you're wrong and give you a million facts about why a carnivore diet is right, like it's a whole different ball game, isn't it? I don't really know what is the right way to have a conversation with them. Don't have it, maybe mostly, I don't know. I can't find that damn code.
Right, we should go and do other things, but I will just speak to you. Roger? Is that how I'm pronouncing it? Roger? Is that how you say it? I'm having trouble working out what this... How would you pronounce this? Roger. Right, try and remember that, you silly brain. And do I need more than 150 micrograms of iodine per day? I don't know. That's like the bare minimum for an average person. So I go in at about double that just to be safe because I'm bigger than an average person. The safe tolerable upper daily limit on average is 1,100, so 300 is not going to hurt. So that's personally what I do. But I imagine that's enough for most people because they will do look at that old bell curve and make sure it's sort of safe, don't they? Type of thing. And Cassie's saying the products are from EcoTan.
EcoTan, thank you. EcoTan.
Not sure if they ship outside of North America, but Roger. Yes, that's correct. Roger. Remember that. Right, we better go and do some other things. Except Gemma's got her hand up. We're not in school, you know. Despite what I said earlier.
If you want 10% off clothing, merchandise from Teespring, the link's below. Summer21. That's the code. Capitals. Summer21.
What designs have we got? Andre done him, didn't he? Compassion for all, which is like LGBTQ colours and skin tones and animal print.
Fur and feathers and scales and everything. Lettering. All inclusive.
Be on the right. Will you be on the right side of history?
Yeah, and then be vegan in the question mark. Kill workouts, not animals.
The vegan warrior design.
And the Game of Thrones, what's that? House
Herbivore design.
Herbivore, Shark Attack. We've got loads of designs.
There's loads of designs, loads of different products.
Hoodies, mugs and tapestries and...
phone cases. Please buy our stuff. We're poor.
No, you don't need to buy our stuff, but that is the if you want it.
But do buy our stuff. Thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll-free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on our toast.
Balls from the door.
And the cameras rolling. Follow us on the gram, hench_herbivore.
Gemma_herbivore.
Buy our cookbooks, they're bloody great. There's one there now, it's just $4.99. Give us your money. I have to keep saying it until you do it.
Give us your money all the time.
We're poor.
Yes, but we don't have to keep saying give us your money.
What else do we have to say? If you're new, we'd love you to become part of this wonderful community so you can give us your money. You can do that by hitting the subscribe button, clicking the bell icon so you're notified of new videos and new live streams. I'll be back Wednesday morning, 9 a.m.
And we will be back together on Friday at 6 p.m. GMT.
Oh, and don't forget, it's the members and channel members and Patreon live stream.
So in that
Wednesday
case,
night.
Will you do a Wednesday morning stream if we're going to do a Wednesday evening?
Yes, I will.
You will? You need to?
Yes, I'll do 2 in a day. I'm some kind of bloody hero.
Why are you saying it like that?
Why not?
I've got to say something. I should have said this ages ago.
Bloody hell.
On Wednesday, it's a members only stream, and we're doing a cook-along. Yay! And so we're making...
Who's this Apex Bellend person I'm just seeing their name?
I won't tell you what we're making because it'll take too long. I won't tell you all the ingredients you'll need. Go over to the Discord server, or you've posted it in the community tab, have you?
Yeah, I posted it in the community tab on the YouTube.
And it's on Patreon. So if you want to come, there's a join button below the thumb up. It says join. You can join from $4.99, or Patreon is from $1, and you can come and hang out on the members only stream where we're going to do cooking, and you can also be involved in Discord server if you wish.
I would like to stay longer, but someone called Apex Predator is coming and they're a complete bellend, so I'm just going to go.
And it's all their fault.
It's all their fault. And they've got